I want to welcome you back to Black Site Tonight. President-elect Donald Trump pulls up to UFC 309 and the fans chant, USA, USA. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, hit that notification button, but also comment on this video. President-elect Donald Trump pulls up to UFC with Dana White, one of his best friends and supporters, with Elon Musk and the rest of his crew to come see one of the biggest UFC matches in the history of the game between Jon Jones and Stipe Miocic. And before he walks out, the fans go absolutely nuts over this man, chanting USA, USA after his landslide victory against Kamala Harris. This shows you how much support this man has in the country, and that he basically has a mandate for his agenda in 2025. There's going to be plenty of people on the other side of the aisle and in the deep state, the media, academia, who will fight against his agenda. But it seems like the American people are willing to give him a chance. But we'll see what happens. This was a break for him for making his cabinet pick. We just saw him pick Chris Wright as Energy Secretary, and he's moving through these cabinet picks extremely fast so they can go through the nomination process as soon as possible so he can be on his feet and ready to go with the agenda that he promised the American people. There are people out there, like I said, those what I would call who says that they are willing to fight. We saw Mayor Brandon Johnson. He was on giving a speech that he's going to fight against Trump. Letitia James, the governor of New York, Pritzker, the governor of Illinois, the governor of California, everybody who's a Democrat is saying that they are going to stop his agenda. But it's going to be extremely hard when he controls all the mechanisms in all the branches of the government. He has the Congress, the Senate. He put most of the guys on the Supreme Court, and now he has the presidency. So let's see what the Democrats, the deep state, the media, academia, and everybody's going to do. Because every time that they see him walk out in front of these huge crowds and fans celebrating his victory, it drives them nuts. It drives The View nuts, drives MSNBC nuts, it drives CNN nuts, because this man is that popular. They actually thought with lawfare, impeachment, civil judgments, criminal judgments, that this man will go away. But he taught everybody what perseverance can do when you believe in yourself, believe in the people who support you and surround you. I know there are plenty of people who disagree with me, but this was a historic win. This was an improbable win, for the simple fact is that nobody believed that a man could go through this much hell and come out on the other side the victor. Nobody thought that. Even his worst opponents didn't think that he would come out and win this election by a landslide. Even Letitia James said, I didn't think this was going to happen. But it has happened. So when it did happen, everybody has to suffer the consequences for their actions. So the American fans of the UFC and sports in general love this man. And the American people are going to have to deal with it. He's only going to be there for 4 years. After 4 years, you have another shot at regaining the presidency After 2 years, you can regain the Congress if his agenda does not work for America. But to sit there and basically have meltdowns every day in academia, the media, politicians, because this man won an election, because you did everything possible to stop him from winning. It's sad to watch. But we'll see. Tonight was a night for the people who voted for him, who supported for him. It was a celebration. Not only to see him, but see one of the great matches, two of the great UFC fighters in the history of the game, Miocic and John Jones, go at it tonight. Some consider John Jones the greatest of all times, and Miocic probably to be one of the greatest heavyweights, if not the greatest heavyweight of all time. And to have the president-elect there to celebrate with the people who put him in office, to them is a great night. But to some people, it's one of the worst nights in American history, in world history. To watch these people go on and on like crybabies over an election. It's sad to watch. This goes on every 4 years. And they think it's going to be the end of the world. In 2017, when he was inaugurated, and he left in 2021, it wasn't the end of the world. You found a way to get back in the White House. And you could possibly do it this time. If you pick the right candidate. If you spend $1 billion wisely and not on celebrities and banking that they will win the election for your preferred candidate, which was Kamala Harris. It didn't happen. So we'll see what happens in the future. But the crowd, the fans, enjoyed this night. Possibly seeing the president more than they enjoyed the fight itself. Because this is a victory that was for his supporters. This was a victory to them for America. But for his non-supporters, this was a victory. This was a victory against their woke agenda, in which most Democrats are now starting to disavow. I would love to hear your comments in the comment section. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site. Hope you subscribe to this channel. Smash that like button, but also share this video.